Our Heather Hennessy has more on the best closer in the game today.
Thanks, guys. Frankie Rodriguez is on pace to shatter Bobby Thigpen's single-season save record of 57, set in 1990. And ever since he burst on the scene in 2002, he knew he was good. He just never expected this.
Honestly, I didn't imagine that I'm going to be, my career is going to be so good the way it is right now. And I just hoping, God gave me the opportunity to play, this game for many years.
Making it many years depends on how well a closer handles the pressure. Pressure to deliver both physically and mentally.
Well, it's a situation that I like to be, I like to adrenaline, I like to be in tough situation, and then it's just something that I live for. I just focus and mentally be ready for the game, and just my mind just blocked for all the distractions during the game.
You have to look at a couple things. First, you have to look at obviously the stuff. What kind of pitches does he have? Does he have the stuff to come in late in the game, execute pitches, make pitches, and shut down the middle of a lineup? Most importantly, on the other side too is the makeup. Does he have the ability to go out there in pressure situations and be oblivious to everything going on except for his relationship with that catcher and making a pitch? And then when it doesn't work out on a given night, be able to turn that page, no matter how heavy that page is, and get to the next game, because that's what you're going to need from a closer.
Closing the deal on the record might still be a ways off, but it doesn't mean Frankie isn't thinking about it.
Right now, I'm not trying to focus on that. Honestly, I'm not trying to think about that record. But it's something, that I would love to do it. I'm not going to lie to you. I just wish I could, have the opportunity to break that record. And then the only way I can do that is staying healthy.
With the way Frankie's been pitching, some have mentioned him for the possible rare double, Cy Young Award, and MVP in the same season. The last time this has been done by a closer was in 1992 by the Hall of Famer, Dennis Eckersley. Thanks, Danielle. I'm sure when Rich Rodriguez left West Virginia for Michigan, he hoped to make history, but probably not like this. With a loss to Purdue, the Wolves are assured of their first losing season since 1967, and it gets worse. Also lost is their streak of 33 straight bowl appearances. Speaking of loss, that would be Tulsa's undefeated season, thanks to Arkansas. The Razorbacks held the nation's top offense to 23 points. 33 below its more, and also needs to get back to work thanks to a stingy Mississippi State defense and a mistake-prone offense. The Commodores suffered their first loss, 17-14. A victory would have given Vanderbilt its best start in 80 years. Northwestern ran into a ringer, Michigan State's Javon Ringer, who ran for 124 yards and 2 touchdowns in a 37-20 win. Ringer now has 14 rushing TDs, which leads the nation. It was the first loss for the Wildcats, while the Spartans won their 6th straight. Northwestern might have been knocked off for the first time, but Utah remained unbeaten at 7-0 with a 40-7 win over Wyoming. Guys, it was the 20th career win for the Utes quarterback Brian Johnson, leaving him just one shy of Alex Smith for the most in school history.
He's trying to hit 400. With more on that, here's Heather Hennessy.
Here's what we know. In the last 108 years, only 8 players have hit 400, the first 7 coming before 1931, and the last by the great Ted Williams 67 years ago. What we don't know is if it will ever happen again.
The one way that I think somebody's going to hit 400 is not to think about it. That being said, there's no way in hell I'm going to hit 400 this year. I think it's going to take somebody who can go out and get 240, 250 hits a year, leg out 60, 70 base hits a year, somebody like an Ichiro Suzuki. He'd be the only one.
Well, he should know. Chipper Jones is the latest to flirt with the magical mark. Only one player since 1956 has hit 400 at the All-Star break, and that was Rod Carew 25 years ago. But how much harder is it today versus when Ted Williams did it?
Back when Ted Williams played, guys would throw 300, 350 innings, maybe even 400 innings during the course of the season, so you could count on seeing a starter 4 or 5 times. Nowadays, I'm going to see a starter 2 or 3 times. I'm going to see a left-handed specialist in the 7th, and then I'm going to see a closer in the 9th. So there weren't the specialty pitchers that we see today back then, and I think it was probably a bigger advantage for him back then.
Chipper was hitting 400 on June 17th. And even though he's cooled off some, how does a career .310 hitter, a guy who's 36, explain the huge spike?
Number one, luck. Obviously, the guys around you have a lot to do with it. If you're coming up with 2 outs and nobody on, people are going to pitch around you. The guys on the team have done a good job of getting on base in front of me. I got a really good hitter hitting behind me, so I'm going to get pitched to in some crucial situations.
Not only has Chipper's average jumped this season, but so has the media along with it. I mean, come on, how can you not pounce on a story like this? And although it's a tough enough task getting 4 hits for every 10 at-bats, how does getting asked about it every day affect his focus?
The way I go about it is I try and immerse myself in the game. Go out and compete. Lose yourself in the game and don't worry about individual statistics, whether you went 1 for 4, 3 for 4, 4 for 4. Go out and compete against the other team and try to win the ball game and see where you stand at the end of the game.
Thank you, Greg. An on-field proposal made Ian Johnson famous, but it's his running that Boise State fans are in love with. Johnson scored 2 TDs to become the Broncos' all-time leader in a win over San Jose State, and now he's within 3 of LaDainian Tomlinson and 6 of Marshall Faulk for the all-time WAC lead. Kevin Gessling believed in Kevin Gessling, but probably few others did. The Fresno State kicker missed key field goals against Wisconsin and Hawaii in Bulldog losses, but redeemed himself with a 58-yarder as time expired in a 30-28 win over Utah State. You go, Kevin.